Howdy do, YouTube friends and family. We're back out here today, and as you can see, we've had our first frost, so everything has died back. I've run through with the weed trimmer and chopped down most of the large plants. I'll just kind of show you what's left here. So I took the weed trimmer and I went through here and I took down all the large stalks of sunflowers, and show you what it got going on here. All that green, that is Egyptian walking onion. I took a few clusters of the bulbs and I planted them in there, probably just a couple weeks ago, really, or no, last month, because the stalks had started to die and fall over, so they were ready to be planted. So I threw a bunch in here, and look at all that. That's all gonna be big onions next year. That'll be a whole bunch of onion. That's gonna be fantastic for me and my family. Oh, let's get my little Nomi guy up here. There we go. It's perfect for this time of year. Ha 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 ha. All right. So we're gonna come on over here. My herbs are dying back. I've got 2 or 3 rounds out of most of these herbs. It's pretty awesome. I need to go through and pull out a bunch of these weeds before they die back and go dormant on me. All that zucchini, they were big and huge. They were probably up to here just a couple weeks or a couple days ago. Nice, sweetie. The stalks of rhubarb have died back. Now I need to go in here and I need to divide this rhubarb out and kind of find another home for it, because it's filled up this whole tire, and it's time to divide it up. I'll leave some in here because it's a good place for it, but I'm thinking maybe I got another tire here with my leaning scarecrow that never does anything as far as preventing birds. All this out here, I'm gonna have to go out with the hoe and knock down all the mounds that I've made. And as you can see, all the cucumbers have died back, so I ran through with the weed eater. There's still a couple pumpkins laying out here. I'll grab them and set them up on the porch with the rest of them. I've pulled all my tomatoes cages and my eggplants. Beans have died back, and all you see is the yellow pods hanging up here. I could leave them up for bird food. We'll see. And then what do we got over here? So this is last year's planting of Egyptian onions. These are those cool walking onions. So in case you didn't know, when they die back, they drop down and they leave a cluster like that sitting on the surface, and then they replant themselves. So we've got right here, these are all started. They were probably fell to the ground a little bit earlier this year, and I've noticed that they kind of come up and then they drop down and more shoot up from the same plant or bulb. So it's not just planting once, it's like they keep doing it. Plus, if you look, these are dividing in here, so these clusters that are already there, it seems to be that they're dividing at the bulb as well. So I'm making more down here, plus I'm getting the ones that are up on the top clusters where the flowers are. So this whole thing is going to be filled with onion next year, so it's going to be perfect time to go through, divide it out. I mean, look, here's where a cluster laid down earlier this year. I mean, that's just, look how dense this is. Look at this. That's just one cluster fell down right there. And you've got dozens of plants just coming out of that. Here, look, there's a whole cluster. It's probably setting down roots, so I don't want to grab it right now. I've divided up a few of them, so this is pretty awesome. So I'm thinking that eventually maybe I'll be able to sell some of these to people so that they can make their own onions. And I think I'm brave enough to go over here and maybe grab a stalk or one bulb out of here to show you how big the big bulbs end up being. Yep, onions are growing. What are you, like the sunflower witch or something? Alright, so down in here, we'll grab this one. This one seems to be pretty reasonable in size. Oh boy. Get in there with like a... There we go. So there we go. So this is one. It's... Oh, what would I compare that to? That's probably a third of the size of a large white onion. But also you can see that it was down there and it was smashed up against, pushed up against another bulb. So, I mean, these onions are pretty tightly together, so they're not getting really big. So I need to go in there and I need to definitely make them a little bit more separated out so that these can get nice and big and round. Around June, I think I saw one of these bulbs was nice and big. It was probably half the size of a regular onion. Now it's probably went ahead and did, it might have even been this one. It probably divided itself, so it like split and formed a new bulb. So, but that's pretty cool. I've already tasted a few of them. They're kind of somewhere between a green onion and a shallot, really. So they're sweet and spicy. So yeah, that's kind of just how this has gone down. This is all said and done around here as far as the gardening goes. Hopefully you can hear me. The wind is kicking up a little bit. Didn't have time to do my mint this year. I could probably pull some and do some, but after the first frost, I don't really want to get into that. It's time to probably pull all the stuff out of this box anyway. Well, that's about all I have for you today. Just kind of touching base with you, really, because I haven't been uploading videos like I should, and I'll get back to it. Promise. See you next time. See what kind of trouble I can get into later. Tomorrow. Later.